back after session 1 has officially finished. Would anyone like to do our recap for you?
Well,
Okay, now that I'm looking at it, it's
our
coming
three
back.
adventures were in the bar,
Uh-huh.
and we found out that we only get one wish. We had some more drunken parodies, and once I came to, I hired someone in distress. So our hero among the group got us together, and we went to go chase down this lady, who we found out was Swindle Carkler.
Miss Carkler.
Miss
I wrote it
Carkler.
down right.
Past Miss
Whose boy was
Swindleshop.
missing, who was missing a boy named Michael, and she told us that he likes to play at the crypts or the docks. We chose to go to the crypts. There we found a handful of undead, 3 to be exact. Excuse me. Anvindr, he took a crit and got knocked out.
Sick.
Vindrela, gosh dang it. Here we go again.
Not that hard, guys.
Vindrela revived him and then chopped one in half. I somehow learned how to turn my light into a fire bolt and was shooting them down one by one.
I do have something to add, especially I have it written down here. I don't have a whole lot of notes on it, but I do have one note that I have a star next to, and it says Pugo lighthouse effect, and I remember picking him up while he was casting produce flame and shedding light. I can't see nothing.
Yeah, my sub notes I spawned 2 flumps and also did necrotic damage to Anvindr and regained all my health points.
Oh, that's right. The first one. It just crippled the party there starting out of the gate. Yeah, okay, I remember that one.
It is what it is.
I mean, it was give and take. I got crippled in the bar.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I think that's very, that's a healthy new hero team relationship.
It's
What a
growing.
dynamic.
Growing pains. He doesn't know how to control his magic, and I'm kind of dumb when it comes to it happens.
Well, perfect.
Handled halfling.
Well, those are some really good notes. Right
Yeah,
on.
he literally wind out the whole thing almost.
Yeah, that's like the whole thing. I don't have to really add any more. You guys just defeated the 3 ghouls. You can definitely deduct that these are kind of like the graves that you guys have been seeing within like the top left of the map, where it does have. And oh, yep, you guys are all there. So we're like that's where one of them came from, and of course here are some other 2 as well that you guys also took care of. So now that you guys have slain the 3 ghouls, what is it that you do next? In the crypt, it's like, you guys get there at 6, 7. The light has definitely dropped down, so it's starting to get a little chilly out. It's a little bit darker as well as the crows caw, and they hear rustling in the leaves and a rustle of the bushes around the nature and wildlife that are in the area. What are you guys doing now?
I'm gonna kind of gather myself a bit, put my hand on my head like, oh man, that was a hit, and kind of look around, and of course I can't hardly see anything. It's now almost dark, pitch black for me. So look over at Pugo. My friend, I think it's about time we might make our way back to the front of this crypt here, because I don't think I can go through another one of those rounds.
They had me scared. Somehow I learned how to shoot fire out of my fingers. Luckily, to our friend that came with us was able to heal you back.
Yes, it was much appreciated. I looked over and give you a nod. Sorry to say, Pugo, I don't think I'm going to be able to carry you in this time. I think you might have to just lead the way on your own.
Well, that's mighty fine, sir.
I can't hardly see anything out here. It's getting dark.
I'm gonna stay with you guys, or right behind you.
I'm gonna call out, kind of not as booming and powerful as it was when we first came in here. Michael, are you in this? Are you here, Michael?
Just again, some birds kind of fluttering in the background. Cobwebs, another like little bit. You're pretty close right now. You can see that there's another dug up portion of the dirt, which a little bit of blood around it.
I'm gonna go ahead and so I can kind of see that. So I'm gonna go ahead and investigate, like kind of bend over what the heck's going on, and see if the blood, specifically, I'm looking to see if is the blood fresh, is it recent?
Okay, yeah, give me a roll.
That's an 8.
That's Nate. Okay, so you don't really know the rate how blood coagulates and whatnot, but you can deduct that you're like, it's a little sticky. Like, you put your finger in it. If you did that, you'd be like, okay, that's kind of sticking back.
Pugo, I don't know if this is fresh or not, but something happened here. It's like what we passed by last time, up on the other side of the crypt. This is a place meant for dead people, not live people.
Seems like they're crawling out of the ground.
Do you
This is
think
very?
Go ahead.
This is a very untidy crypt here.
I don't think skeletons bleed though. So I don't think skeletons can secrete bodily fluids.
They definitely can't. But you do know the marrow. They don't disclose that to the group. Vindrela, what are you thinking here? And I see you're kind of tagging behind everybody. What's thoughts going here?
I'm gonna go over and inspect the blood as well.
Okay. Yeah, this is about an hour that's been exposed to oxygen, so it's been coagulating just a little bit, and it's definitely fresh. At this point, do you disclose that to the rest of the group, or you just kind of like, how fascinating, and silence?
Kind of keep it to myself.
Okay.
Very nice.
Sounds good.
So now, do I see that? So the blood, I see that there's fresh dug up. Now, is this? Am I looking at like what would have been a grave and there's a hole, or is it just that the dirt has been disturbed?
Yeah, dirt's been disturbed and like pulled out in a mound, so it's like something was
in there, and then
digging something.
All right. This is getting a little too weird for me. I need to get out of here, and I'm gonna start to keep on walking on our little path because I'm heading back towards the.
As you do that, you do notice like another path to your south.
Well, I'm getting a little. Pugo. It's getting a little dark over here, buddy.
The one in the seas in the dark is trailing behind.
You guys just decide to kind of head out.
What do you guys want to do? You guys want to set up a camp and try and heal?
I'm gonna give this one party decision to you two. Go for it.
I think that would be wise, but do you think it would be safe here?
I don't think so, especially not next to a hole with blood coming out of it. My opinion.
Are you scared of a little bit of blood?
These creatures almost killed me twice, lady.
Now calm down. We got to work together. I'm beginning to think Michael's not even alive at this point.
I'm kind of just flabbergasted at that Pugo just made that comment.
I know.
Kind of taken aback, like, how could you say that? We need to keep looking. It's obvious we made the wrong choice. He must be at the dock. He must be at the docks. We've heard and seen nothing of him here.
Dead.
Why are you people so dark? We're trying to be out here saving the boy, not condemning him. We're not the coroner.
Save everyone.
Well, maybe we should get outside the crypts and collect ourselves and
yes,
then
that's
make
a good
a
idea.
trip to the.
That's a good idea, and I'm gonna maybe there's an exit down this way, and I'm gonna start to walk past you to go down the other path.
All right. So you come across some larger headstones, like just a little bit more expensive. Some people of royalty, and also larger mound as well that are just freshly dug up.
Well, this is looking ominous.
Is there any blood? Investigation.
Nope, no blood.
Okay.
No blood, but you do see like footmarks that trail away from this location. But you could deduct that this is probably where those three ghouls have come from.
Okay, so there's feet marks just coming from the hole going outward, nothing else.
Yep.
So I'm gonna kind of look over at Pugo and I think we need to get out of here. This is obviously where those guys came from. Look, these holes have feet marks running out of them and nothing around. These people aren't digging these pings. There's no one here digging this up. They are coming to life. We need to leave. I don't know how this works. Maybe Vindrela can chime in here and help me out on this. I don't know what's going on here, but this is not my cup of tea, and I think we need to leave.
Well, then shall we leave then?
Yep. And I'm just going to stand up. Yep. And hobble my butt back down the path into the dark.
You guys hear like distant echoes of just animals, like some ravishing around like bushes and trees. A wolf from time to time howling in the background as you guys have been kind of chilling here.
We're losing light, everyone. We need to get back. And Michael may be at the docks, but if he is, we're losing time here. We need to see if he's there. We may miss him.
Let's head to the docks.
Come on, Pugo. Follow me. Vindrela, do you have anything else that you need here?
No.
And as you guys are leaving here, banging coming from this location southeast of you guys,
Banging
on a wooden coffin.
Well, I don't hear crap because I my passive perception is garbage. Or do I obviously so I'm the farthest away here. Anybody? Did you guys hear that? What is that? Pugo, do you hear that?
Sounded like knocking.
knocking.
Thunder starts to roll in with gentle cracks of lightning muffled by the storm on the horizon.
I'm going to look up nervously. Okay, guys, we really need to make a decision here. I really can't be out here. We either need
Then I think we should leave.
But that banging, that could be Michael.
Or could it be something else?
More of them ghouls.
I don't think they would trap themselves. They've been digging themselves out of shallow graves. I don't think that they would trap themselves or lock themselves up.
Or it can be just them taunting us.
Okay, well,
Maybe.
I'm not doing so well, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys make the decision. We whatever it is, we have to do it quickly because I can't be out here in the storm.
Probably head back to the town.
Okay, moving on. Let's run quickly. I can't be out here in the storm.
Wait.
All right, you guys decide to book it out of Milburn Graveyard and Crypt area.
I'm scared. Too much for my little hobbit to take.
Exactly. So the housing district, right past Miss Schwindels, and so you guys coming back down the road. So again, it takes about 30 to 40 minutes. 'Cause since it's darker, it's going to take you a little bit longer to get down from the crypts. This was a little bit into the Elder Forest itself, back into town. And you know, it's just definitely just a little bit quieter. It's a little bit at night. Everyone's got their windows open. Or windows are open, but also when lights are coming through the windows as well. So it's definitely the evening setting / nighttime of where the sun has completely set, and you guys walk into a town which looks like it's setting its head to rest for the evening.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna keep walking. I'm gonna kind of make a beeline to the docks, and it just kind of that's where I'm heading. That's where I need to be. I'm worried that I'm not gonna get to this kid in time. So I got a fast walk going, and I'm pretty banged up, so I don't got a run going, but I'm after it.
You don't think any of those things followed us, do you?
I hope not, but I'm not gonna stand around here to find out. We need to find Michael. Is counting on us to find him. I mean, we have a defenseless child that needs our help.
Can't be that defenseless.
Power.
And off to the docks we go.
Okay. You guys kind of like got to go past the WildRunn Inn just a tiny bit. You see that's definitely bustling. You hear the booming voice of Mike Stouting as he's just like, double golden down, Miss Peabody. And he's just yelling. It's like you hear some dishes clashing in the back, and just sounds like a jovial time going on that's back there. And then so you guys kind of make your way down to the docks where King Waldron's warship has been docked. And it definitely have that whole area's kind of been, you know, it's closing time, so no one's really there. As you guys approach, you do see that it is lit up by lanterns, high lanterns above the dock area where ships would come in, so that way they can kind of light the general area. Nothing out of the ordinary. You know, so everything is actually, you know, ship shape and Bristol fashion as far as how organization is concerned. You know, there's no thugs just kind of like sitting around at all. It's, you know, got a couple deck hands that are kind of finishing up for the very night, but as the night's been completely set, there are a couple lights on within like King Waldron's ship. You can see that the lanterns are lighting that out. You can see the light coming from there. But other than that, the other few ships that are in the bay, they don't have anything going on. But other than that, it's just kind of a peaceful dock area.
And one of the deck hands, I'm gonna go up and approach him and, excuse me, sir, have you seen a little boy come through here tonight at all? He has, and correct me if I'm wrong, he had black pants, and what was it? He was wearing something. We described, Miss Karkler described his outfit. We asked him, and I forget what it was.
Brown shoes.
Yep. Again?
Short dark hair.
That was it?
Spiked black hair, looks about 14 years old.
Right. So I relay that. So he had short dark hair. He's about 14 years old. Roughly, have you seen any children come through here at all, or anything kind of odd to you tonight? I work down here with you. We're searching for a little boy that he may be lost. His mother's looking for him.
And the little lad just kind of like nods his head, but he doesn't say anything.
That's all. That's okay. So is that a yes? You have seen someone?
He just kind of like shrugs his head, bobs his head up and down, and kind of shrugs his shoulders, and that's about it.
You're about as useful as and just turn away and walk past him. And as I approach the ship where they have the little ramp going up to it, I'm just gonna call out Michael again. Michael, are you there?
Yeah, you don't You don't hear anything. You do see, though, however, 2 guards that are just kind of standing at the top. Roll for insight.
That's the 13.
13? Yep. You can deduct that they're part of King WildRunn's war band, so nothing's gotten past them. And nothing has either gone off the ship or on the ship without their approval. You can deduct that.
Right. Okay. I turn back
Mikey ain't there.
and head to the front of the dock, where I presume you guys are hanging out, or
Yeah, well, what's Pugo and Vindrela doing?
Kind of tagging along, trying to look around with Anvindr. Like, do you have any ideas where he could hide in any of these places? Maybe by the shops?
oh, that was my next thought. As the King Radovid's warband wouldn't let anything goes on, and they're definitely not in the trade of human trafficking. So it's very unlikely that he's on that ship, at least from what I can tell.
Yeah.
Our best bet is it. Well, do you see anything, Vindrela? You can see out here better than we can. Is there anything in the water? Is there any? I can't hardly see out here. Is there anything around the ships or anything?
Waters are calm with no additional ships on the rise. You see that the moon gently coming up from the horizon echoes on the water like glass. Nothing out of the ordinary.
That was gorgeous.
There's nothing here. I don't know why we're even bothering.
Fair enough. Well, we have to keep moving, and we have to keep searching. Michael needs us.
Does he really, though? I mean, honestly, he is a child. He can take care of himself.
Hugo,
Where's your honor?
What does Pugo say? What did you just say? I missed it.
Where's your honor? You come here wearing this paladin attire. You've been naysaying everything.
Just because of what I wear does not mean that I have a heart of gold.
Oh, damn.
moving past them while they're having their little exchange, and Pugo is sombering in his desire for another drink. I'm going to go past him and off for the docks and head to the east, heading towards what I know the shops to be over there. And as you said, I noticed another ship off Pirate's Pawn Shop that may or may not have. I'm heading towards that. Pugo, we have to go down here. We can check the shops. There are always some sketchy characters, and I'm not super familiar with this area. Milbram, I don't know, but some of the places from where I'm from do deal in human trafficking, and this is something that really concerns me, and we need to find this kid before the night is over, or we will lose all hope of finding him.
At least we can ask around and see if anyone knows anything.
That's exactly my thoughts. Valindra, if you don't mind, it'll be really hard for me to ask the common folk up there. They know me, they've seen me around, but it's really hard for me to talk to them if they know your disdain for children.
I do not have disdain for children,
Oh,
but sometimes people need to grow up and take care of themselves.
I can see your point. I can see your point. Anyway, as I'm kind of muttering, I just turn and keep walking.
But can't we think of Miss Karkler and her warm bread she offered in exchange for her child?
That's all you care about is bread?
No, it's doing the right thing. She needs the help.
But you don't deserve a reward for helping.
Well, it's not like we're getting coin.
Oh, so you would prefer that better?
I'm just gonna be like, again, I'm kind of beat up a little bit, and I'm kind of just speed walking with as walk away as they're having their little spat.
Totally. All right, so you guys head down towards the dock. The other dock that's just right across. If you guys look at the map one more time, you got the Pirate Scurvy Pawn Shop. So big letters on the side of the building, and you got this one little kind of dock over here with another ship with lights on it as well. You guys want to head to? What you guys want to do there?
I want to head towards the Pirate Scurvy Pawn Shop and
Open. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
No, it could be closed.
Yeah, it's pawn shop. You never know when people need the money. So, anyways.
It's scurvy, it's always open.
Door opens, and you see this kind of makeshift of a pirate with a weather beaten crescent hat with a feather sticking out of it, a bird in a cage with most of its feathers missing, and just some like ragtag shirt and pants with patches and holes all over it. And you see this guy with an obvious looking hand that is a hook that is not a hook hand. It's just a hand with a hook on it. And he says, Grr, welcome to Pirate Scurvy Pawn Shop. How can I be of service?
Well, I can tell you, I'm looking for a boy.
And right
His
when you're
name's Mike.
talking, he cuts you off and says, "We got the best of the best of the scurvy of the scurviest. We got used barrels, used planks, used eyes, used everything. Grr."
How about a used boy about 14 with short hair?
Ooh, you're into
And-
that trading of boys. No, we do not deal with that. That's on you.
That's not what I'm getting at. But I'm trying to tell you that I'm looking for someone. Can you help me, sir, or not? And I need to know who owns that ship outside.
Grr, that be old Bessie, and that's a mine. That's where I retire for the night, of course. And no boys around here. It says 18 plus on the window outside. You ain't trading. Get the hell out.
So I couldn't even trade for information.
And he like lifts up his eye patch to reveal a perfectly fine eye, and he puts his elbow on the table and says, "What kind of trading?"
Well, and I turn and I go, the kind of trading that makes noise, and I pat my gold pack a little bit. Ching ching ching. Get the coins going.
Yep. He just like looks away from you and just taps the table with his hook hand / not hook hand.
So I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna pull 15 gold pieces out, throw them on the table.
His eyes get wide. He puts down the other one, straightens up his hat, refreshes up his fluffy shirt, and says, "Girl, I know of no boys, but thanks for the coin."
Well, I'll definitely be remembering that. And what might I call you?
Well, the name is Steve Campbell of the Pirate Scurvy Pawn Shop, and you can find my brother, Dave Campbell, in Anchorage. We both have a pawn shop.
Well, that's good to know, and it's really disappointing that you haven't seen anything. We've been looking all over all night. We've run into a bit of trouble with it, and we're just trying to. Have you? The name Miss Carkler means nothing to you?
Oh yeah, she's a crybaby.
She's a crybaby.
Oh yes, very much so indeed. So.
All right. Well, thank you for your help. You'll definitely be seeing me again. I'll be working around here, but you and I will talk once more.
Oh sure, yeah, sounds good. Oh hey there, Pugo. How you doing? Grr. And you know that this is a kind of a store friend of yours. You know, whenever you drop off some extra things and whatnot, and visiting the area.
What's the name again?
His name is Steve Campbell.
With no P, not Campbell. Can't like Campbell is Cambel.
Yep, Campbell.
Campbell.
Well, how do, Steve? Seems like you're staying in good business.
Gosh, sure am. Me and Polly here, and he rattles the cage as the bird flops around and loses some more feathers. Boy for sale, boy for sale. And like the bird's looking directly at Anvindr.
I'm gonna shoot a dirty look back at the bird. Kind of as Pugo is talking to Steve, I'm gonna walk away like I'm to leave the shop, but kind of like in a slower fashion, so that I might be able to eavesdrop their conversation.
Sure. What can I do you for, dear Pugo?
Why would you say Miss Carkler is a crybaby?
Oh, that boy's been missing for weeks.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna be standing in the background, rolling my eyes really hard.
Yep.
I'm gonna hear that. I hear that, and I just kind of turn around with this aghast look on my face, like, "You're kidding."
I would say to Anvindr, I think we need to go talk to Miss Carkler.
You think, my friend?
You're not gonna get your damn bread.
You might want to take her up on it or something. Like show her a shoe because she got some damn good bread over there. Yeah.
Well,
I'll
it
put both
seems-
my eyes on it.
What's up? Sorry, I can hear you.
I'll put both my eyes on it.
Okay.
All right. Well, I feel like I've been had. And as I say that, I get upset, and you see the wind start to go up around. My hair starts to rustle, and I go out and I like push the door open with a bit of. I'm pissed off now. Push the door open hard and start to walk out.
As you do that, you hear him say, "My use maps," and then you get out of the building. And Pugo and him continue to have a conversation. Vindrela, do you want to ask Mr. Steve Campbell anything?
How long has he been missing? You say a couple weeks now.
Oh, yeah, he showed up on and off for the first week, and then, yeah, he's definitely gone now, though. I think, he's been missing. He goes up to the graveyard, plays with dead bunnies and, like frogs and things like that down by the docks. And it's just a shame just to see a little boy lose his father like that and decide to ruin his life by just hanging out with the people that don't even talk back to him.
Sometimes that's more peaceful.
Well, to each their own.
Are you talking about the bodies that don't talk?
Precisely.
Well, those ones that attacked you guys seem to have something to say.
Well, you wouldn't know. You were in the back.
Well, that's none of my business, and I really hear folk tales of things raising from the ground and killing other things, but again, I just run a humble pawn shop here with used goods from sea to shining sea, and, you guys want to buy anything?
Well, Steve, I bid you a fair evening, and I'm going to leave the building.
Grr, sounds good. I'll see you later. And you guys leave.
Smell you later.
I stormed out because I have a bone to pick with Miss Karkler, and I'm heading that direction, but the battle's really worn on me, and the fact that I'm going to be passing WildRunn in's really weighing heavily on my mind, and that it might be time for me to turn in. I feel I'm disappointed, and I feel had and on a wild goose chase.
Okay, so you're solo adventuring, going back towards the tavern.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll probably say you probably made it, because I mean it's just like right around the corner, and you're just kind of sitting in there. What are you two doing? You guys step out, and there's no Anvindr.
Where does he going off to now?
Well, if it was me, I'd probably just go back to the pub. Sounds like a good idea.
You wonder why he was scared of the storm?
I could care less.
Well, as we mosey on out of the docks.
Okay, and head back towards the tavern.
Yeah.
All right. So you got a good couple minutes on them by the time they bid farewell to good old Steve Campbell without a P. And so what are you doing? Like, what you getting there? Mike Stouting.
I get to the WildRunn Inn, and is there any seating out front, like out in front of is there any like a bench or anything outside in the front of WildRunn Inn?
Sure. Yeah, there's an overhang. There's a little place where horses would be naturally pinned up to, but also a little deck area that has also been blocked off for guests. So
Got it. And from the front of the WildRunn Inn, like I said, we can see Miss Karkler. Like, it's not that too terribly far away.
I mean, it's dark out.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take a seat at the in some light and kind of lick my wounds a bit, kind of look myself over, because I got pretty screwed up and I haven't had time to stop and see what's going on, and if that's possible, do a short rest there.
Yeah, so it's late at night. You want to spend an hour just kind of chilling there?
Hour is a short rest, or
I believe
thought
so.
it was. Then instead of just stopping there, I'm just gonna go straight to Miss Karkler, because I got something to say to her, and I don't understand what the hell she's got me going on a goose chase for, so I'm just going to go right on ahead, I guess, and go right on past WildRunn Inn, and I'm going to go over there, and is she still... Describe scene as I approach here. What am I seeing with her?
Sure. Okay, so I want to confirm, we're skipping the short rest. So you sat down,
Yeah,
you're like, now I got a bone to pick, and you sit right back up, and you just go back.
Yep.
Okay.
Short fuse action.
All right.
So we didn't catch up in that point?
Yep. So as you guys are turning the corner to the WildRunn Inn, you see Anvindr is standing up and bolting his way over towards the direction of Miss Swindle's, back into the actual village area where everyone, basically the housing district, is at. And so Miss Karkler is still just outside, just kind of sitting in a rocking chair at this point, rocking back and forth, just kind of weeping and sobbing. And she's just kind of knitting some things together. It looks kind of like nonsense as you approach there, Anvindr, and yeah, she's just
I want to clarify too, as I'm walking by, as I'm leaving the WildRunn Inn, and they come around the corner and see me, I wanted to make it known that I'm like mumbling angrily under my breath, like, I'm gonna give it that lady, I can't believe her, she's gonna get a piece of my just storming.
All right, so this is a good passing moment. So Vindrela and Pugo, what would you guys pay any mind to this, or just like, yeah, whatever, going to the pub? What's going through your guys' mind?
We better go stop him. It's the last time he looked like that. He started glowing and his hair stood up.
Well, that would be an interesting sight to see.
All right, so I guess.
We got to hit him.
I guess we can go help him.
All right, so you notice that they're trailing behind you. All right, Anvindr, what are you doing? You ended up right in front of Miss Carclair. She looks up and says, "Oh, did you find my boy?" Oh, actually, hi.
Listen, lady, you sent me on a wild goose chase. We were in the crypts, and you almost didn't come back. Look at me. I'm a mess. And I find out from the pawn shop. And I'm kind of just flustered. I'm so pissed. Steve Campbell is not. He tells me that you're just out here telling ghost stories and things, and your son has been missing for weeks.
He has? What do you mean? And then roll for insight.
Oh, bollocks. Okay, that's an 11 with no mods.
So you can tell that she's like being very honest with her question, as she may not honestly know what time has lapsed.
So as I'm trying to pick through in my dumb brain of what am I witnessing here? It's Miss Carcler. I know this is only. I'm a little confused. I don't think we have the whole story here about your son. And in order for me to find him, I need to know more about him and about what's going on. People are telling me that he's been missing for some time. Yet, if I remember correctly, you told me he was just missing but days ago.
And she's only picking up like words out of this at this point. She's like, "God, you found him? Where is he? Where's my boy? Where's my?"
I'm gonna turn around and look Vindrela, and look at both of you and Pugo. Vindrela, there's something wrong with her. I don't know what's going on. Do you have any idea? Like, I've seen something like this before. Sometimes when I'm around a storm, sometimes it blinks and I don't know what's happened. Sometimes I can't think clearly, and maybe that's what's going on here. Do you know, Pugo? You're learning magic. Do you know anything that might help us here, or Vindrela?
I'm gonna walk up to Miss Carclair, kind of just observing her in the moment. Why do you cry if you don't understand what's happening?
But my boy's just missing. He's been missing for just a couple of days now.
When was the last time you saw him?
Just a couple of days ago.
What was he doing?
He was down by the docks that he wanted to go see his father, which I told him he was at the grave.
What happened to his father?
Well, he went off a part of King Waldron's war band, and he never came back. So we put up a headstone for him and just buried an empty coffin.
Interesting. I'm just gonna turn and look at Anvindr and just give like a very interesting look.
Do you think that maybe we missed something in the crypts? Maybe that was the pounding.
Could have been.
More ghouls.
Or that.
Maybe we should rest until morning.
I agree. I think it's a good idea if we're planning, if you guys would like to revisit the crypts, that we do it in the daytime, where I can see and be of more help. I'm basically useless in the dark, as well as there's a storm coming and I can't be out.
What is wrong with you in the storm?
That's a better question for my father Abad, because he's been the only one who's been able to experience it. I don't remember what happened.
Well, do we retire to the inn?
Miss Carcler, I have to bid you a good night. Are you going? Is there anywhere? Where do you stay, Miss Carcler? You can't just be out here throughout the middle of the night by yourself knitting. It's not safe.
I'm knitting for my boy a new shirt for when he gets home. She's like almost done with this thing, and it does take quite a few days of knitting an entire shirt. And it's her house. So what you can see is that she's kind of rocking in front of it. Yeah.
Good. Well, I bid you a good night, and we'll keep looking for Michael. And I fear the worst, but I hope that we can find.
Worst?
Yes, I'm sorry to tell you, but I have to go. The storm's coming. I have to go. I don't want to get wet. The rain. I don't want to. I'm wearing nice clothes. You understand. You're making a beautiful shirt for your son. You should probably get it out of the weather.
And she just looks down at it as all of the twine and everything is like soaked with her tears, and she just doesn't get it. Looking up at you, looking back down, she just continues to cry and continue to knit her shirt. So you guys end up going back to the WildRunn Inn and retiring for the night.
Yes,
basically half. And so that's the fee for the night. So you guys retire and you go to sleep, and nothing crazy happens. It's a very peaceful night. You guys get a full, well-rested rest. Waking up, you all smell some delicious eggs, bacon, ham, hash browns, sweet potatoes, all sorts of delicious breakfast items, down from biscuits and gravy. Yeah, I can't forget that one. All sorts of good, delicious stuff wafting its way up the stairs into your guys' rooms. What do you guys do in the morning?
I pop down, hop out of bed, pop down, relay everything that happened the night before to Abad and let him know what I'm doing, going to the crypt to search for this boy, and going back down. I go downstairs and look for Miss Peabody to grab a quick something to go, maybe a steamed sweet potato that I can just eat on the run.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, you do that. She, gets it from the cook in the back, and so that takes maybe 10 minutes, so you're not there for very long. At any point, do you wake up the rest of your party, or just kind of bolting down there with a bot and what's going on there?
We're gonna go down. Like I said, I'm down in the lower level there where all of our shenanigans happen, and I go up and I say, because you got a little ahead of me there, DM. I go up to the only person I know that could wake people up, Mike Stouting. Mike, I need to find my friends, and I don't know what room they're in, because I went to my room before I seen what happened, or what if they did the little man and then the tall lady that came in with me, did they get a room here last night?
Yes, they did. However, that is called customer client confidentiality.
Well, we are to go somewhere together this morning. They are friends of mine. Could you give them a wake-up call for me?
We don't do wake-up calls. If you didn't tell your party, you didn't tell your party. Don't know what to tell you.
That's wonderful service from the WildRunn Inn.
Well, it actually is. This is the best in the West that you'll find, so.
I'm gonna slowly stumble out of bed, smelling the good food. And I must have had a wild night. Slightly hungover. Trudge downstairs, following the smell of the food.
I can just imagine.
Hop up on the nearest table because I don't see Anvindr yet, and order me some biscuits and gravy.
All right, so you order some biscuits and gravy. It takes about 10 minutes to get out there. You don't know Anvindr. He is, however, at the bar. It sounds like still, or no? Did you leave, Anvindr?
I'm still standing. Think of at the hostess well, kind of talking to him, eating talking to Mike Stouting, excuse me. I'm still standing.
All right, so what's your passive perception there? Pugo?
13.
You notice him out of the corner of your eye, but it sounds like you don't really pay too much attention to him. So you just get your biscuits and gravy on a big old metal platter, and it gets served up by Aunt Peabody, and gives you a nice fresh glass of milk and apple juice.
I'm just gonna start chowing into it. Look up and be like, Anvindr, hey, come have breakfast with me.
Pugo, there you are. I'm halfway done with mine. Where is Valindra? Did you see what room she's in?
Did not catch what room she's in.
I just quietly start walking down the steps into the bar area. And I glance and I see you guys. And I just start walking over quietly.
Valindra, come. We must eat and be on our way. We don't have a lot of daylight, as they say. And it looks like, and I'm gonna walk over to the window towards the front of the inn and look out and look up to the sky to see the weather.
Yeah, it's starting to get busy in there. You can definitely see the door will swing open from time to time, but it is a all bright and sunny day in Milburn.
We have a great weather outside. It seems the storm passed through the night, and please, Pugo is eating. If you need something to eat, let's please make haste and get out of here. I really would like to return to the crypts, and I'm gonna start to head towards the door and kind of say, all right, when you're done, meet me outside.
One moment before we go, Mr. Stouting.
Oh yes.
Do you know of this Miss Karkler and her missing boy?
Ah, yes, the fabled maiden of tears and the lost boy. I sure do. Drink some water before I tried that one. Hold on. It's a little dry. Oh yes. No, she's notorious for kind of losing her memory from time to time. But also, I can also tell you, she did lose her boy though. That is very true. He does play by the crypts. That is very true, as well. So, she does say some truth in her words. But you might find the poor kid. You might not. It's been a couple weeks. Kind of a face of sadness kind of goes over him. It's like, I didn't know his dad. His dad served for King WildRunn's war band, and he went MIA. We don't know if he came back here. We don't know if he died, if he went missing. Well, we just chalked it up as missing in action. But she told her boy that he was buried in the cemetery, in the crypts, and they buried an empty casket. It's kind of sad, actually. I had to bring the refreshments, and a couple tears fell in the golden down, so don't want to think about that again. But other than that, yep, pretty much a very truthful woman. She won't ever lie to you, but she may not always be, cuckoo.
That explains a lot.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. That'll be 50 silver. 25 silver for the plates. These are some good food.
Okay, well,
Yes.
I walked out. Did they just
Tell the chef thank you.
Yeah, just hear welcome from the back, just coming out from the doors.
got it?
All right, so you guys all heading out now. Where are you heading to? So you guys, it sounds like you're going back to the crypts.
Back to the crypts.
Back
Yep. I'm
to the crypt. All right.
Do you
And-
guys remember where we heard the noise from?
moseying on in.
We follow.
All right, and I'm gonna keep walking down, and I go, yes. Oh, here. Yeah, this is where we found that. This is where the footprints were and stuff. And over to the left. This is where we found the other hole that had the blood coming out of it. And it sounded like it was somewhere around here. Is where we heard the pounding. And so I'm gonna go ahead and do an investigation. A little bit bustling in the forest, but
So you hear some joyous birds whistling and chirping from the trees now. A couple cuckoos right here and there, but really they're not really out right now. What you can deduct is, yes, the mounds are actually somewhat there. They've kind of been looking like they've been resituated. However, they're not as what you saw last night. The bloods, stains and whatnot have been kind of mixed up within the dirt as well. And yeah, right where you're standing, you can see a perfect example of that, where the mound is no longer mound, it's almost flush with the earth again. And yeah, just everything kind of seems as normal. The candles are unlit.
I am going to investigate the headstones that are right in front of us.
Okay.
To see the names, if they're the names of the Karklers or not. Hey guys, look, I think I found the headstone for Mr. Karkler.
as he says that, I stop digging and look up and kind of jump to my feet, put the shovel away in my pack, and kind of come over to him. And as I walk over towards Pugo, I'm gonna look to my left here, and what do I got? What do I see? Because it's daytime now, so I can see. I assume I can see.
This right here?
What's going on? Yep, what's going on over here?
Yeah, so to the left, you do see another raised up wall and another stone walkway, just like how you guys came into the graveyard the first time. And so with this, there's two gargoyles sitting on the sides of the entrance. These are like 5-foot walls, not too tall, but it is raised up basin on top of the basin that's on right now. So you
And
can,
it's high enough where I can't see the landing of what's above it.
exactly, yeah.
Oh, got it.
So another like 8-foot turn curve onto another platform.
So I'm gonna go over to the. Oh, so it says Jason Karkler. Is that what you said?
Yep.
No, I'm asking Pugo. Sorry,
Oh.
I should have been character.
That's okay.
Yeah, Jason Karkler.
So this must
Says
be
he
it.
was-
And so he should be buried here. No.
They said they put an empty casket, but the dirt is also disturbed in front of here.
They buried an empty casket. Where did you learn of this?
Mike Stouting from the WildRunn Inn. I asked him before we left.
Oh,
This is the information he gave me.
so it
They
seems.
had that he never returned and they don't know what happened. But he did work for the war band of the king.
Radovin's warband, yeah, really. And I'm gonna look up at Vindrela and go. It seems everyone in town knew about this except for us.
More.
Just if I see anything specific.
You don't have
Just
it.
like looking around.
You can see that there are some fresh moved dirt around the area. Either way you look, like there's some that's behind you, right where Anvindr was just at. There's some right in front of Pugo, and then you can definitely see that where you guys were fighting the ghouls last night. There's also over there as well. But there's nothing too out of the ordinary. Yeah, these tombstones have like a little bit of moss growing on them, but this one is fairly new. Again, as they just went through putting this together, so it matches up with the story of what Mike Stouting.
Well, Pugo, you say that they had an empty box here, and it's recent, but it looks like they just dug this thing up last night. If there's an empty box down there, I'll be the one to find out. And I pull my shovel back out and start going at the grave.
Does anyone know how important this Mr. Karkler guy was?
I was not given any information from Mr. Stouting other than he was part of the warband.
I feel like this is information we should find out, because why would anyone need to be digging up an empty grave?
Well, that's the thing. If it was an empty coffin, quote unquote, I look up to Vindrela. It may not be an empty coffin. They may have put personal effects in there or something of that nature that might give us some information about this guy.
But that's what I was implying. This guy has to be important.
I'm in agreement, yeah.
All right, Vindrela. While you're also looking around, while we have Anvindr just chucking around dirt everywhere, Anvindr, you also realize that the sets of footsteps don't match each other's. One of them does look like a child's, and the other two do look like full-grown adults.
And do I know that they're both coming out of the grave?
Yes,
They're direct.
Well, as what you can deduct is that the child's was an entrance and exit, and so we're this mound right in front of you, right here, and then this one kind of trailed this way.
So the child's went to and from the one grave, and then the other one I see is an adult footstep coming out of it. But the child, I realized that the child's footsteps weren't there before, or they were.
You couldn't tell last night. It was too dark.
I couldn't see him last night. So as I'm still digging, I'm gonna turn to you guys and look, and as I notice the smaller footprints going into the other mound, I'm gonna say, Pugo, I didn't see that last night. Look at the direction of those footprints there. It seems as if it's coming and going, but this grave mound that we're on now, it's only that they're leaving.
Dun dun dun.
Maybe we should follow these footsteps. You keep digging. I'm going to check up ahead.
There you go. Okay, that sounds good. This is a really deep grave.
Yeah, keep digging. All right. Yeah. So what is Vindrela and Pugo doing?
Quick question.
Yep.
That this direction right here, this is where we were last night, correct?
Correct.
Where we got in the encounter?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to make my way up here and see if the bodies were still there.
Yep. So when you get up there, you can see that it looks like there's let me try to that there are drag marks going to the southeast and to the northeast over the wall. There were some things that were over there that you saw that were dragged over the wall to the north and to the east. I do see some bloody drag marks, but there is no bodies left. It's like someone should have looted something last night. I don't know.
So I'm going to come up behind Pugo and ask him if he sees anything.
So you're by Pugo, you guys check things out, and you just kind of see the same thing.
The bodies of the ghouls are gone. Looks like they've been dragged away. It doesn't make any sense. The mound's going back to flat earth. The bodies disappearing.
It just seems this place is haunted.
Did we truly kill them?
I don't believe so.
You guys want to give me a investigation roll there, both of you?
3.
I got 19.
Okay. Okay, so Pugo, you do see next to the coffin there that there is 5 silver pieces kind of laying there. And Vindrela, you see some bones on the inside of the coffin with some coppers around it. But it has a muddy trench coat with some holes in it. Like, you can't really tell what they are, but there's looks like holes have been like shot into. From there, you also find a kind of walnut looking seed on the side of the grave.
And that's it. That's the end of the session. We found the Nythul seed. And I'm just kidding.
Pick up the jacket and just kind of feel for it, see if they feel anything in it.
So you want to, if there's more stuff, essentially?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What did you roll? 17 again? 19? 18?
I rolled 19.
19? All right, there's a couple more silver pieces in there. So there's 3 more silver pieces. But then like some bones start kind of falling out of it as well. And just kind of drop to the floor and hit the coffin and bang up against it. Dunk, dunk, dunk.
Are you shaking the dead for gold?
Well, I'm trying to be like you, I guess.
Dang. All right, I've been digging for a while.
Yep, you hear a thunk. There, Anvindr and an Anvindr.
And an-vin-derr. So good.
Oh, funk.
So I get a thunk, and I'm gonna bend down and brush away the dirt a bit and see, and give me a scene here, bud. What do I need to investigation, or what? I'm gonna start to push away from whatever this thing is.
Yeah, tell me what you want to do.
Give me my scene. I'm pushing the dirt away. What am I revealing here?
Coffin.
What did I hit? Coffin, just coffin. Okay, so I'm gonna push the dirt away as much as I can and kind of take the shovel and get an edge around it, and grab a hold of the corner of it, and get a hold of the edge of it and try to pull this thing up out of this hole.
Strength check.
I knew it. That is a 17 plus 2.
Nice. The handle starts to snap, but you grab the edge of the coffin and with ease pull it out and drag it to the flat surface.
And I'm going to start to look around the coffin as I'm out of the hole, and I'm going to start to kind of feel around and look around. Is there a lock, or can I discern if there's hinges on one side? Is there a latch, or what am I looking at?
You can see that it is nailed shut on all edges.
No markings on it whatsoever.
Nope, just has a M on it.
MZ.
C as in but not in that voice.
But an M first. Okay. And I'm gonna call out. I know you guys are a ways away, but you guys, I got it out. And as I say that, I'm gonna take my shovel and kind of wedge it into the lid and start to try to pry.
All right.
See if I can get the lid off this.
What are you using? The shovel?
My shovel.
Yeah, strength check.
Oh, that is a 2 plus 2. That's 4.
You know how to dig, but you don't know how to pry. You're trying, but you just can't seem to get like a good chunk, or like you can't find a big enough space for you to like really get your shovel in there and kind of like yank it up.
Hanging away at it, around it, trying to get a good dig.
Yeah, with a 4, it's really tight.
And as I get over there and see this going on, look and see the top of the coffin and MC. Wait, that don't make any sense. Did they say his name was John? Jason?
Jason, yeah. I mean, I'm not much of a learned type, but what is that? I mean, it's an M.
Mr. Karkler. Sorry.
Or Michael Karkler. His son is buried in his father's grave. That's where I'm getting at.
We gotta throw you guys a bone here, no pun intended.
Well, if you pulled that out of the ground with ease, did it feel like there was anything in it?
I don't know. I didn't give it a shake. I just wanted to get it open. As I'm still banging around at the lid.
Yeah.
Do you need some help getting it open?
That would be nice. As I'm hitting it.
Yep. So you roll a really high strength check, so you really don't know if there's a body in or not. It was very easy to you to get that thing up and all, and just
Straight whip.
oh yeah, just whipping it out of there. It's like a morale boost they got from Vindrela over there. All right, so you put that in there, you find the perfect little crack, a splinter just kind of pops out, glistening in your eye, and you shovel that in there, and it pops open as it reveals nothing.
I was thinking, dude, I love the way that you've played that one out, but I was thinking, like, I just, like, thought of this whole thing, like, I'm going at it, and she's like, do you want some help? And I just got, like, really mad, because she said that, because we've been kind of butting heads, and I'm like, yeah, it just bang, and it blows open.
Next time, I'll have to remember that. I like that.
So, anyway, so it pops open, and there's nothing in there, and so I'm looking around and feeling around, and so there is literally nothing in this coffin.
Yeah, do an investigation check.
Okay, thank you. And that is a 9.
Yeah, you can't really tell if it looks like a coffin.
Well, they definitely didn't lie. It is empty.
What did you guys find over there? Was there anything? Again, I feel like I'm spinning my wheels here, chasing after this darn kid.
The bodies are gone
What?
from last night's encounter. From what I could tell, they were dragged off in different directions. I don't even know if we actually truly killed them. Maybe they crawled away. It doesn't make any sense to me.
What did you find?
The mounds, I didn't find anything of use. No.
Speaking to the party.
We didn't find anything.
Oh, nothing. Okay, well, it seems randomly, if I just continue to keep on digging up graves, this is what we're not going to find anything, obviously. So I'm going to crawl out of the hole I'm in, and that's a shame. Just, there's no body in it, so it really doesn't hurt my honor any to just kind of leave this dug up grave, because there's obviously no one there. So I'm not disrespecting anybody, so I'm going to just walk away. And there was somebody somewhere here last night banging on something. And there has to be something here. And so I'm gonna start walking towards this spire. There has to be somebody somewhere. And if we heard it, maybe it came from up here.
Well,
All right. So, Vindrela, Pugo, what do you take of what just happened there, and what is your move going forward here?
I'm gonna follow behind Anvindr and just kind of shake my head at all of this.
and when Anvindr explained the footsteps, I still know that they're there. I don't have to
Yeah.
investigate for that.
Exactly. Yeah. Once it's no knowledge, and it's shared by another player, then it's permanent.
Okay. So I actually want to follow those footsteps now.
Okay. Sure. So
See where they go.
the devilish pen here that draws all over.
Operator error.
Hopefully, a software error. Oh, it's a box. All right. Okay, so we're gonna do Pugo's Adventure Time real quick.
Subset campaign.
So you're following around. This is kind of where it leads.
That dude's drunk.
Along, bring a friend.
All right, that's kind of what you can see here and find out where he kind of went and whatnot. Follow that how you'd like.
Have to zoom out now.
All right, that looks good.
Well drawn.
Clarifying, I mean, obviously, I don't know this is Anvindr that he's going. I see him wandering off, but he's following you're following the small footprints or the large ones?
Yeah. Well, the two sets that led away from the grave, which
So they go together. DM?
What?
So the two sets, the large set and the small set, follow that path together, or is it just one set?
Just a small set. Go and give me a nature check there, Pugo.
I'm so natural.
it's going to be a 15.
Yeah, you're a natural hunter for some reason, and you don't ever lose sight of the footsteps. Yeah, it's exactly what's on this map. Had another set ready to go. It's actually exactly how it is.
He's so close to the ground, he's easier to...
Oh, damn. All right, so you follow it. You finally end up where the rest of the party is.
Back with the ragtags.
With the ragtags. Yep.
From what I can tell, these footsteps go to all the mounds we've seen last night, at least to where all this dirt has been fixed.
And I see them, they kind of lead up to these stones. Obviously, you've made your way back here, so you were following them, and are they leading up on top of the spire, or is there any more?
Yeah, it looks like they just trail to each individual mound.
What's our scene on top of here?
So as you guys enter into the actual technical crypt area of the graveyard, the two gargoyles, they're sitting there. You can see that there's candles all at their feet that have been lit and just kind of like wax hanging off the side of the wall there. You do see in a very orderly fashion a total of seven coffins that are spread out in a circular fashion, along with some urns. Those are broken urns that you can see in the side here. Some bones are outside of them, but one major feature that you see here is that all of the coffins are open and out of their graves. Now,
so we can see that. So these were actually, these coffins are out of their graves. So is there holes next to these coffins where they were dug up and brought up onto the surface? Is that what I'm deducing?
Yeah, it looks like they're just sitting on top of the mounds that were dug up out of.
Where they should. So I would get it. Okay, I'm gonna go up to the first coffin here that I see, and I'm gonna look at the lid and see if it's got scribed into it any kind of name on it, like the MC was.
Okay, gotta roll for 20.
No, this is D&D. We just do whatever we want with no consequences.
Yep.
3.
I mean, you see some letters, but you can't really make them happy. Worn.
Pugo, check the lids. It seems they got something on them.
I'll go to the one next to me, and I am going to try and read that lid.
Go for it.
Ooh, 17.
It says MC.
Dun dun dun!
It's a Mick coffin. I'm gonna yell at Anvindr. This one says MC.
Come look at this one that I got here. I can't hardly make it out. Is it the same?
Yeah.
Vindrela, what is the one nearest you say?
I'm gonna open it, see what it says. 11.
MC.
Well, I got a 1 on my second coffin.
They look very familiar. Probably says MC.
This is 3 coffins now that say MC. You maybe think that someone in town that is making these coffins, maybe this is the name of their shop. Maybe this is like a manufacturer tag, and maybe not their name.
Seems a little too suspicious.
Well, it's from Milbrum. Maybe that's what the M is.
Milburn coffins.
But none of them have names on them.
But most graves have their headstones that has their names on them.
What the heck? I'm gonna do detect magic.
All right,
Hey, now we're D&D-ing. Here,
let's give you a roll.
let's go.
It's a 14.
14.
Hey,
All right, you see nothing out of the ordinary on the coffin. Just like yesterday, aka last week when you guys were here, the candles, of course, have the magic that's on them. These are magical candles that burn for weeks on end. So they go out at the time that they need to. They turn back on at the same time, so that way it preserves the candle for the longest period of time. You do notice a faint glow on the gargoyles themselves and on the urns. But other than that, there's nothing really too out of it.
and the urns were broken. You
The
said.
urns are broken. Yeah, they're shattered. Both of them.
Well, I would like to investigate the urns.
Okay. Give me a roll.
We're looking at 15.
15. And it's state Michael Kark.
It says Michael. Oh,
I'm definitely gonna turn around and yell back to the group, guys. I kind of felt some magic coming from these broken urns here, as well as these guardian statues of these gargoyles. I found out it says that Michael Karkler on these urns. It's kind of odd. It's like the whole crypt is dedicated to him.
or he's the one putting all these coffins. I'm gonna, since I'm right here next to this, the first coffin. I'm right here next to this gargoyle. I'm gonna nothing that leads me up. Do I notice anything? I'm gonna go ahead and just do a perception on the gargoyle, and that is a 14.
Some really good stonework.
This is the first time I've played a non-magical character, so I'm so I gotta figure out my role playing for this thing.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Because, perception is physical items, and then arcana is any mithril item. So
Right.
I can definitely understand.
Yeah,
But,
it's
I mean, it's great craftsmanship as far as what you can tell. A little bit of admiration goes for him because it takes a very talented mason to make something like this. But yeah, definitely a gargoyle. Probably based off of an older age, as one of the first stories that I sent out to the group before we started. It's based off of the old archetypes of magic: gargoyles, werewolves, elves that lived for thousands of years, things like that. So you can see that this is kind of what that follows, that once time of ancient magic.
I wanna say that this amount of craftsmanship, it inspires me because I want to do a little bit of game mechanics here. It actually inspires me because at level 3 I choose a proficiency with some artisan tools of my choosing, and that this really inspires me to want to pick up masonry, and that next time I get a chance, it just kind of sparks that inspiration with me, and the next chance I get, I'd like to pick up some next time in town, because I'm very interested in how beautiful this piece is.
Heck yeah, that sounds cool. Do it. Anything and everything is possible in D&D.
Yep.
All right. Vindrela?
Move away to go ahead.
Murder mysteries.
Vindrela! Anything in particular caught your eye or want to take a look into?
Not really. Seems that everyone's kind of looked at everything that I would probably investigated.
Okay. Go. Any addition?
Since we got the extra height of being up on this crypt, can I see anything abnormal from this height? Looking out back into the graveyard.
Do you want to just stand at the edge of the staircase there, or do you want to climb on a wall or something, or how do you want to?
It's at the edge of the staircase.
Okay. No, you can see that it has a little bit of altitude. It has different heights, of course. So the cobblestone area has been dug down a little bit, so you can kind of see that information. The tree all the way back to the top here. These bloodstains are still here, or you can see drag marks, still from that distance. So all that's what. Yeah, I mean, I'd still be able to see that. That's 400.
Okay, I'm gonna just start burning. I'm gonna start burning spells. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast levitate on myself, and I'm gonna start floating up over top of the coffins that we have here, and we got some extra height since we're up on the spire. And then I'm gonna cast gust to the south and propel myself over to where we had our. And as I go up in the air, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go check this. I'm gonna go check that. Where we fought last night. I'm gonna go check that area out, and I'm gonna get a bird's eye view. I'll be back and cast gust.
Okay.
Cantrip,
Poof.
and start flying my little genie ass over here.
All right, you're hovering. You're good. What is it? Feet off, like maybe 45 max. I can't remember.
Yeah, and I will add this little bit. I casted Gust, but I levitate. I have no control unless I can physically push off of an object. But Gust can direct me in a direction, so I'm just kind of shooting that away.
Yeah, it works.
So as I go over, do I know? I obviously, because I know that they talked to me about this, but I noticed the drag marks and things that I'm starting to see all the stuff they were describing.
Yes, I will not redraw them for technical purposes. However, they were there still.
I got you. Okay, so so I'm just kind of still floating along, heading north towards this tree, and so I'm gonna go ahead and do an investigation on this north part of our little area here. So I mean I'm up a ways, so I mean it's up to you, but here we go. And that is an 8.
Hey, yeah, I mean, nice tree. It's got some cobwebs in it and whatnot. There's some leaves that are barely kind of dangling off on it, but you still see what Pugo was also seeing was the trail marks here just north of you behind this statue, the saint statue. So if you're looking at that area, you can see those drag marks all the way down the hill.
Because we had actually seen that. I had seen that last night, and that was kind of my intent of going.
Yep.
Is to see if that was still the same. So
Still same.
as I approach towards the tree, I'm going to grab onto one of the branches and kind of brace myself to the tree to stop myself from overshooting here, and kind of give myself a little light volley off towards the tree to the northwest of me, and kind of push myself off that way, kind of float over to that direction.
Okay. Yep. Same thing. So you definitely see some blood here stops and then just trails off the northwest.
Okay. At this point, I'm not gonna. I'm definitely convinced of that there's something else going on. Obviously, I'm not gonna be hollering out Michael's name anymore. And I even as dumb as a box of rocks I am, I'm getting a bad feeling about things. So I'm gonna cast Gust to the north and shoot myself back across here to within earshot. And again, cantrip Gust, so kind of give you a visual, kind of a Iron Man kind of situation. And stop myself and within earshot. And Pugo, Melinda, the drag marks we found up here by the tree up here. There's a large drag mark that we're off, and it seems like there's fresh blood. It's what we seen last night, but it doesn't seem to have changed. But it trails off to the west here. I think we should follow it. I think we should find out where all these bodies are going.
And I'm gonna scurry across the little mound here.
Okay.
I'm just gonna follow behind.
Okay. All right. You guys all go to investigate
Wish I could fly.
all over this yonder area, right?
Yep. Follow those drag marks.
Do you say that? Did you say that? I wish I could fly out loud, or was that OOS?
That was off. Off.
Okay. Too bad. I had something for that. Okay, go ahead. So I'm gonna go ahead and so like I said, we're in this area. I'm again drag marks heading off to the north. I'm wanting to follow that. So I'm gonna lightly a little gust situation going on,
Okay.
following that drag trail.
All right. So you guys all want to go on the drag trail adventure?
Sure.
Drag trail.
Drag.
Is there anything special I can investigate with these drag marks?
I mean, you can do like a medicine check if you want, I guess. But I mean, Vindrela kind of already did that with Age of the.
Right. Okay.
Ooh.
Sorry. Off we go.
If you want to, you could do a nature check.
Yeah, I'll do a nature check. See if there's anything funky around here. That is a 13, sorry.
13. Okay. So this one looks different. This looks like an animal drag versus what you saw on the other two graves. So that the one that you guys fought next by, and then also the one that was next to that was down south by that far tree where you guys saw majority of the footsteps at.
Like, hey guys, these drag marks, they're different from the others. They're a lot more aggressive, like maybe an animal.
Is that so, Pugo? As I'm drifting.
We should be careful.
Well, I guess you got the line of sight on the ground, and I'll look at it from the air. as I continue floating towards them. Of course.
How long does that
Along
last?
the-
Is it an hour?
Levitate is. Let me give you. I think levitate's an hour. Oh no, sorry. Right in front.
Oh, that's fine.
Duration up to 10 minutes, and it requires concentration. So anything else but the
Oh,
cantrip.
no. All right, so you guys, we're basically gonna go off map now here. Actually, I can show you. Over to map. Go somehow get.
You're on map.
Looks like okay. So you guys are up north, and in the northeast, this it goes towards the Elder Forest. So you guys go to the crypts first. Elder Forest, as far as location concerned, and then someone give me a history check.
I went 18.
That's 17.
15.
Wow, all high rolls. All right. So as moving towards the Elder, you all have heard the great mystery of Kyrene Mansion lays deep within the Elder Forest.
Kyrene, as in K-Y-R-R or R-E-E-N.
Yeah, Kyreen Mansion.
Let's do it. Might I also add
What's that?
to the party, in character. I know I've led you guys on this, on trying to find Michael, and I know it's been a bit of a rush, but I just can't miss the start of the race for the Nythul seed, and I just want to get this done as quickly as possible. We only have 2 more days, right? 1 more day.
2.
I thought it was 3 days. My bad. I had it written down as 3 days. 1 more day.
So, the Elder Forest, known as the Elder Tree, tower over 900 feet tall, almost double or triple the heights of normal redwood. Wood elves and druids of the area take care of these natural beauties. Lush, mossy forest filled with magical dust, springing about with whimsical creatures and echoes of massive beasts. Kyrene Mansion is owned by 2 high elves that have lived there since they created. These are historic names that you guys know, and since you guys rolled so high as combined, this is Dashi Kyrene and Lenora Kyrene. The manor itself lays nestled within the trees of the beautiful historical mansion. Great pillars encompass the entire outside of the mansion, supporting with an eerie 3-story structure. As you continue northeast, Anvindr, you'll
Following the tracks.
following the tracks. You also notice that your amulet has a faint glow.
Oh, what is this? And I would go ahead and probably say that at this point my levitate spell is starting to run out, and I'm gonna come out because it's been a while.
Oh, it's been like at least an hour that you guys have been trailing this thing.
Like, okay, like come down and walking with the next to Pugo, and kind of he might be shoulder to shoulder with me, or he's more interested in the tracks and kind of giving us a little guide here, and I'm kind of keeping watch, looking around, looking ahead, and so am I seeing this mansion, or you said it's deep in the forest, and I would know of it, but we don't at this point. It's just trees.
Just trees. You guys know of it, heard of the stories and rumors of the mansion itself. However, you guys are still just on the trail of thing that been dragging this body.
I'm going to I noticed my amulet, and I'm going to look up and see because my first thought is there a storm coming? And I look up, and can I see through the thicket of the trees? Can I see the clearing? Is there a clearing, or can I tell the weather at this point?
You can tell like there's sun out.
Okay, then I'm gonna kind of nervously clasp it and pull my shirt up, tuck my amulet in my shirt, and look to both Pugo and Vindrela and see if they notice.
Well, if anyone would notice, actually depends. What's your walking order?
Me and Pugo are shoulder to shoulder up, following the track, and I'm not sure where been.
Pugo has a passive perception high enough to. Yo, Pugo, what you do though?
As we were walking along, I'm gonna notice this shirt tug and be like, "Was your necklace glowing?"
No, it's like it was back at the end when I get angry and I got upset with my father, and some of the ruins of my skin started to glow. I say, and
Deception check.
Thank you. Yay. That's a 19, dog.
Yeah, it's legit.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Does this mean I heard this and believe him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like
19. That's a good lie.
yeah, you can't. That's really good. All right. Well, you guys keep following the tracks.
Find the end of this track.
Okay. What happened? He's just grabbing his shirt because it's cold out. All right. So.
with a glowing pendant underneath my clothes.
Yep. As
Seems all right to me.
so you guys end up coming across what looks like a final destination here for the body, and it's just this massive hole in the ground. The body's nowhere to be seen, but the drag marks stop right there. See that there is an obvious tunnel that it was absorbed into, and that's what you see.
So as I so can I do a nature check, and do I recognize this in any way through my travels and stuff like that, through Faerun and all of these places that I've been? Do I recognize this as any kind of animal den that I've?
Yeah, you'd have to roll nature.
That is a 9.
Yeah, nothing. It doesn't look like anything that you've seen before in your adventures in Faerun.
I'm gonna approach it and do an investigation on it. Like, do I hear anything? Do I hear any sounds?
Oh, sure. Go and roll.
That's a 10.
No.
Turn back. Pugo. So we as you described, we obviously see that the drag marks lead into the hole, or is that they stop right there, gone?
You can see that it was obviously dragged into the hole. Yep. Gone down.
Well, what do you guys think? Looks like it went down. Should we go down?
I'm gonna say Valindra. What do you think?
Can you see anything in the hole?
Do I see anything in the hole?
So how do you want to investigate this? Are you diving in? Are you just like looking over? I need like a little bit more specifics of like how approaching it.
I guess I'm gonna be looking in first.
Looks like a hole, and then it kind of curves down off to the side.
I don't really see anything, but it does curve off to the side here.
I want to say that we don't do a lot. I'm not much of a hunter. Usually in cities with my father and doing our trading and stuff. But from what I've heard from some of the fur merchants and the hunters that work for them, that I think and I know that live animals or creatures would not be eating the dead. So I think that maybe we might be on the right track to Michael here. If he's still alive, they might have dragged, and it doesn't make sense that an animal would come after an undead. It must be a live person that this animal went after.
I would have to agree with that.
Well, and if that's the case, they need our help. And I'm going to start to walk towards the den.
What?
Into the hole. Said into the hole.
All right, into the holes you go.
Boss music.
Let's see here. All right, it's pitch black. You guys are down the hole. What do you do?
I need some help here. I can't see anything.
Can I see?
Yeah, you have 64.
Yeah.
You can see everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
What do I see?
It's a tunnel. Tube tunnel.
Two times.
Just a tunnel.
Tunnel. We got tubes of tunnels and kind of
Belindra,
going through.
is there any more drag marks in here? Does it just stop, or I can't hardly see?
I can't really say I see any drag marks. I just see tunnels.
I'm gonna get down on my hands and knees and kind of close my eyes and go a little zen and try to feel around and feel if I feel any divots or drag marks because
Okay.
I can't. Okay.
Yeah, roll for probably just best.
I think would it be investigation? Yeah, that's a tough one. It's kind of mixable. Either way, it's a 14.
Yeah, I mean you feel like some like ridges of an animal. You do
Oh, actually, I feel ridges of an animal. I
Yeah.
don't know.
like in the dirt.
Oh, like I'm touching the animal.
No, you're touching the dirt that feels like ridges from an animal you don't know.
You guys, I think I can't really tell because I can't see too well, but it feels like maybe there was something that bedded down in here. Does it go farther? I can't see.
Yeah, you're leading the pack there, Vindrela.
I want to use my divine sense.
Okay, can you read out the description here for me for divine sense?
You know the location of any celestial, undead, or fiend within 60 feet, but not its identity or any place or object that's consecrated or desecrated.
You do not sense anything.
I don't see anything here. It's just a tunnel.
Will lead us on.
Does it go deeper? I fear that someone needs our help. I mean, this is a situation. I know that I have questions for this Michael Karkler, but still, we're here to save a child, and there's something obviously alive that's been dragged into this tunnel. We must go further. Please, Pugo, maybe give us some light so we can see.
Time to shine.
I try and hold my hands together like I did. Trying to remember how I did it yesterday or the day before, and poof, produce flame from my hand. Like, oh, I did it. I think I'm starting to understand this.
Good job, little man. And I'm gonna grab him up again, and we're gonna shoulder it up, and he's gonna be my torch.
So how you put him on your shoulder?
Yes. So did you hold your hand out for produce flame? Tell me how. Describe to me how you.
Yeah. Once I do the whole hands, thinking about it, like, poof, got it in my hand.
And you got one arm out. So I'm gonna scoop. I put one knee down, and I scoop my arm under. He has his arm out. I scoop my arm under his, and kind of get him, up under and around the chest, and kind of just get him up like this with the legs
All
dangling.
right. Next thing you hear is clunk, goof, oh, as his head hits the top of the tunnel.
Sorry, brother. Didn't mean to do that.
Oh.
I couldn't see. You understand? I couldn't see. I was down here feeling on the ground. Sorry about that. But as we are and continue to move, come, Vindrela, let's go. Do I see anything? Now I can see with a little bit of light. Is there any blood? Specifically, I'm looking for. Is there any blood tracks? Or I'm gonna kind of glance over the stuff that I was feeling. And was that like a bedding down, or do I see a form or a shape of an animal? Because it didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me when I couldn't see it.
No, you can see that's kind of like etched in. Let me try to draw this.
Yep.
So the tunnel, what you're feeling was these like etches.
Got it. So I'm just gonna, shall we go, Pugo? And start to head down the tunnel. Vindrela, don't get left behind now.
Yeah.
If I could.
What's that, Vindrela?
If I could ever.
Alrighty, so you guys keep going down this tunnel. Seems for like just a bit as you guys, it keeps getting darker and darker. And what ended up happening is the light now becomes dim light, which is now half effective of what it, so you guys are out of the way from the entrance and now in complete dark. So night vision definitely would help here. However, it does get impeded if you're looking through light. So like you can turn around and see 60 front, but you can only see to the light source based off of the tunnel. Is basically kind of how that works when you guys are in this type of situation.
Yeah.
Like when you go to bed and you turn the light off, and then you like have your eyes closed for a little bit, and then all of a sudden you can see in the room instead of it being black.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh, there's a light. Oh wait, I can see it. Oh wait. Oh no. So just like that. Yep.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And so you guys just kind of keep trucking along, and
I want to put my hand out. Like as I'm carrying Pugo, I can see up, and I kind of want to put my hand out and touch the side of this tunnel and kind of get a feel for what's going on. Yeah, like is it a cave? Like is it rock, or is it just dirt? Can I kind of like trying to figure out, did something dig this? There's a natural tunnel.
yeah, based off of your first check, it's an animal that you don't know created this.
So it's a dug tunnel. Got it.
Yep, exactly.
Got it.
Okay. And so as you guys keep traveling down, light gets darker and darker, and it starts to become hard to breathe, as if there's no oxygen down there, no air for you guys to breathe. And as that happens, you guys get this ringing, all three of you, in your ears, and it sounds like someone is speaking over a loud phone that's trying to connect to your ear and to your mind. It says, "Excuse me, everybody that's part of the Nythul seed race, please make sure that you're here at Goddendale Gates at 12 noon tomorrow. Thank you, bye." And the message just cuts out.
I'm gonna kind of shake my head and Pugo, Vindrela, did you hear that?
Yes. The race starts tomorrow.
Hi. By the way, I wanted to add in there, I have unending breath, so any kind of, I don't breathe.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
that doesn't affect, any of that kind of stuff doesn't affect me. But
Okay,
anyway,
noted.
moving on. So I'm gonna go, but we went into the Elder Forest during the morning time, so we have but a whole day left, no?
Oh, morning. Now took you about 2 or 3 hours that you've been tracking this thing down. So you're probably like around noonish.
What do you say, Pugo? I think we have this trail we're after, but I have to admit, I personally have to admit that I didn't come here to chase after a batty old woman's son. I was here for a reason, and I'm participating in this race, no matter if we save Michael or not.
and be trying to get a little bit of air. So I'm starting to get a little woozy from lack of air. Like Mike said, when you get that thing, that was definitely right in the ear. I don't know how far this tunnel goes. Maybe we should just see a little further before we decide to abandon
I
this
agree.
quest for Michael.
Valindra, what do you say? I agree.
Well, me and Pugo cannot breathe much longer. I don't really think it would be wise to continue going down this tunnel if we don't find anything soon.
Well, how about both of you tell me when we continue on until it becomes unbearable, and then we make and we find out what we find down here, if we find anything at all. I really think that there is something to be had here. I mean, we've been following this trail for so long.
Onward!
All right, you guys.
Keep on trucking.
You got.
Keep on trucking.
What's up?
Oh, I just said keep on trucking along. Duck my head down and make sure Pugo's not gonna scrape his head on the.
Okay, sounds good. Alrighty. All right, so you guys keep trucking down that same tunnel. Tunnel actually splits into three. One directly in front of you, one to your left, one to your right. At this point, the light is flickering as it can't stay on anymore. Almost no oxygen. It's really hard to breathe, like at a high altitude, where you're kind of like wheezing with breathing in. So, which tunnel do you guys want to?
I'm going to really quickly. I'm going to say, Pugo, stay here a second. Lean down and set him down, and I'm going to walk forward in front of these guys because they're at the entrance here, and where it splits, I'm not going to choose it. I'm just going to kind of walk into this foyer area that we're in, and like kind of towards all three of these because the air is not affecting me. And while I have my back to them, I'm going to open my shirt and look down at my amulet and see if it's changed.
You can see that's not glowing anymore. With all the twists and turns underneath the tunnel that you guys have been like kind of going through, you really don't know what direction or where you're at.
I'm gonna come back to them and Pugo, I don't think you guys can follow me down here. You guys can't breathe. It seems the air is getting thinner and thinner as we go. It seems that we're going down, but the air is getting thinner as if we were climbing and scaling a mountain or something.
Yeah, it's getting hard to breathe. I can barely keep this light on.
Do I see anything specific down any of these tunnels?
So as you guys are just kind of standing there, this like tart, sour taste enters your mouth and burns your eyes as you guys take 1 point of poison damage, and even the Genasi also does take it as well. It's like the air just transformed into this gaseous formation, gooey, foreign to your lungs. Even though you have infinite breath, it still stings as you stand there inhaling the air.
I don't even inhale, son.
It
But-
enters anything.
Right. I got you. We're D&D-ing now,
Your
bro.
nose.
Because of me being a stout halfling, I do have advantage against poison and resistance against poison damage.
Oh,
Or
son.
advantage on saving throws for
You have
poison.
resistance to poison, or you have an advantage on saving?
I have advantage on saving throws against poison, and I have resistance against poison damage.
Okay, so you take half 5, but that's the weird thing about lower numbers is it is half, but it's half rounded up always for damage.
Right.
So it's like still 1.
So,
Yeah. We can't get any lower than 1. It's basically what D&D 5e says is you can't go below. I mean, you technically can go below 1, which is death, but for damage dealt, essentially is what they're saying. Yeah. So I'll definitely keep that in mind though. So you guys kind of all get the same sensation and everything as we gotta do it. You guys kind of like staying down here, or
Does anybody have a recall potion? I'm just kidding. That's all it was.
Poisoners
well,
can.
no one went shopping, so I mean I don't know what to tell you guys.
yeah.
I was upset that I just spent 15 gold with him and he didn't give me crap.
Listen, you went to a pawn shop and tried to barter for words. No, you didn't even try to buy anything.
15 gold's pretty solid. Anyway, that's a good information buy. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the party. Valindra, I think I'm gonna have to side with you here. Pugo, he can barely keep himself standing up and taking this then keeping our light. As soon as if we go any farther, Pugo's not going to be able to provide light, and I'm basically going to be blind down here.
Do I see anything down those tunnels?
To the length that your dark vision goes, no. Like you can see that it goes and then it goes, and in each one, if you want to like investigate all three of them, it's kind of how it's.
I think it would be wise for us to stop this and return to the surface.
Okay, Pugo, do you think you can manage the light all the way back? If not, we may need our friend here to lead us out.
Okay.
How long does this happen?
Yeah, what are you guys doing? All right, so Pugo slightly attempts try to bring some flame, doesn't work. Genasi sounds like he wants to leave, and then also we do have the fallen Asmir that wants to also potentially not go down any of these tunnels and go back up to support the team. Is that what I'm hearing? Okay.
Yes.
All right, you guys head back. What's your marching order?
So I'm guessing I'll have to be first since no one can see.
I'm gonna go up to Pugo, and Pugo, you tried to get your flames. How did that go? Did it pittered out, or what happened?
Yeah, because there's not much oxygen, so can't make a flame.
Give me some help here. Give me some role play here.
Like I was showing, just trying, forcing it, come out of my hand, but nothing's going.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn to you, and as the last little spark comes out of your hand, I'm gonna grab at your wrist and okay, and then the light goes out, and I can't see anything, and I'm gonna look with my hand out, and Vindrela, where are you? Reaching my hand out, kind of a blind.
I'm gonna grab your hand and just say walk straight, and as I let go.
You say walk straight and let go. And I'm gonna go ahead and so reaching out. Let's get a little visual here. So I have Pugo. I reach over. You grab my hand and you say walk straight. So I'm going to walk straight and end up walking into the wall of the tunnel. And Vindrela, where are you? Pugo, can you? And I'm gonna be turning around, kind of dragging Pugo around as I'm turning around.
There, tastes bad.
So I'm gonna use my cantrip, which is light. Wasn't it light that we found?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can touch any one object, and it lasts for 1 hour, and it's within any 10 feet of any dimension. I think it shines a light bright enough for a 20-foot radius.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. So
It's basically the light spell, but the Asmir get it as a cantrip.
Yeah. Okay. I'm cool with that. Yes.
Vindrela, where are you?
So you guys got ample light now. No fire that needs oxygen. This is like a magical divine light that's sprouted from any object that's touched. So you can touch like the end of a stick and it'll glow brightly for X amount of time. I think actually it's concentration until you turn it out, basically. Because a cantrip can technically just keep.
it says it lasts for 1 hour, but I can also end it at any time.
Perfect. Yeah. And so that's a fun thing about cantrips too is you can technically just be like, yeah, I want it to last for 5 hours, and it'll last for 5 hours. Oh well, I recast it real quick, or and we just like say for bygones be bygones, you got it for 5 hours. So, but yeah, so you guys have it lit, see light in all directions. You guys can see the formation of the tunnel that's been dug out. We got the Genasi who kind of felt the walls in the original place, and everything is still looking the same. Guys are going back out. You get out, fresh breath of air just hits your lungs. Delicious sweet nectar from the elder forest, just kind of encapsulating your bronchioles there. And yeah, you guys got out. No problem. There was no issues here. So what do you guys do from here?
I'm gonna look at both of these guys as they're gasping their fresh air breath and go, "What's wrong with them both?"
Well, some of us need to breathe air.
I think we're gonna have to tell Miss Crockler that we couldn't find her son.
Is my amulet glowing as I leave the tunnel?
Faintly.
Because I pulled it out of my shirt.
Do we notice it?
Well, marching order, you're in front, and then it goes Pugo, then Anvindr. So no.
But we're out and like breathing.
As I notice it, I'm gonna. Oh,
Sleight of hand. Roll
yeah!
for sleight of hand.
There we go. Now we're playing D&D. There we go. Hey, that's a 19, son.
Yeah. ninja reflexes. There's no, you guys' passive perceptions are 11, 13, so he made it. Whoop, there's gone. All right, so you guys make it out. Got a little glowy going on. You guys decided to go ahead and go back. Are you guys going back to town, or are you guys going like more into the forest, or like which direction are we heading now?
What time of day is it?
You can see that's like setting into the afternoon, but no, it's like nowhere near nighttime at all.
And it took us about 2-3 hours to get where we're at now, outside of Milton.
Exactly.
I would suggest that we head back to town.
And the voice that popped into our head, DM, OOC here, the voice that popped into our head said we had to be where by noon tomorrow?
Galdendale.
Galdendale.
Gauldendale. Gates Galdendale. Please be by the gates of Galdendale by noon tomorrow. Thank you. They're hanging up an old phone.
Do you guys looking at both of you guys, and do either of you know of Galdendale? I'm new to this region.
I've never heard of it.
Nor have I.
It seems we have quests. No. That was the OC. Sorry. So who
Should
do
go
you
buy a map.
who do you think we should? Yeah. Who? That makes sense now.
What?
Who better to sell a map than a pirate at a pawn shop?
All right.
Bing, light bulb.
So it's basically the sun's starting to set. It's a long journey back. It's starting to get late in the afternoon, and everything's kind of like setting down, like you guys experienced last night, where the lights are starting to get lit by the lightkeeper. I can't remember what that person's called, though. That has the giant snuff thing with the torch on it. But anyways, that guy back in the olden days is starting to light all the lights there, so that way there can be light at the evening. And yeah, so we got the bustling WildRunn in that's going. We got an option.
I want to talk to these guys, and I want to go. I think I'm gonna talk to Miss Karkler on our way into town, if it's all right with you guys. I think she needs to know that her son was dragged to the tunnel of the Elder Forest. That's the only explanation. What do you say?
You think she'll believe it?
I think she'd believe that the sky is purple if we told her.
So why even bother?
Well, it's the right thing to do.
Just because it's the right thing to do does not mean you should do it.
So you suggest that we tell her nothing?
I do. It's already been how many weeks? She doesn't really understand time. She doesn't understand things that we say to her, so what difference would it make?
Just our friends that we have met in town know of her and seem to have not upset attitude with her, but the fact that they do actually concern themselves with that, and she's been through a traumatic event, and that I think it would come down on us, and we would be known to the people that we just abandoned her and didn't help her.
Everyone has traumatic events in their life. It doesn't mean that we need to squander with them.
And I'm just gonna kind of on that one and can keep walking into town.
All right. As you guys are walking into town. Miss Karkler is not at her normal knitting station. With her rocking, lights are being lit inside of the town, and docks are once again quiet as we end our night's session before finishing off the day inside of